You've tuned in to Arm and a Leg and Other Opinions We Like to Give, a weekly podcast hosted by two veterans dedicated to politics, current events, interviews, and anything else they want to mention, but probably shouldn't. So without further ado, here are your hosts, Robbie the Dream Gaupp and Brett Miracle Man Park.
Hey! Thank you, and welcome to tuning in to another episode of Arm and a Leg and Other Opinions We Like to Give. I am Brett Parks.
And it's your boy, Robbie Gaupp.
Well, this has been a treat this summer. We've been out, we've been about, we've been all over the place. We took a couple weeks off because we have lives too, believe it or not. Well, Robbie has a life. I have kids. Wait, you have kids too?
I have kids too, Brett.
None of us have lives here. So, yes, pretty excited to be here. I'm glad everybody's listening in. And Robbie, hey, buddy.
Yeah, how you doing, man? It's been a while.
Yeah, man, it's been a while. I text you a revealing pic of myself, and I never got a text back, so I don't really know what's going on.
I was actually busy. I had a little business to take care of. It's the same as you, right? Didn't you go on like a trip?
Yes, I feel like I've been everywhere, but I really haven't been. I was in Key West. I guess it was 2 weeks ago. I was in Key West, and it was a lot of fun. I got my certification for scuba diving, so now I can scuba.
You didn't lose your other leg, did you?
No, I didn't.
No shark attack, no nothing like that?
No, although a shark did come my last dive. It was a black tip. It was like a little pup, probably about 4 feet long. And my instructor, he's like, watch this. And he went down there with like an empty plastic water bottle, and he just started crunching it like that. And he said, it sounds a lot like, why are you laughing at me? He says it sounds a lot like bones being crunched. And sharks from miles around will come and try to check it out. And sure enough, he squeezed it like 3 times. And out of nowhere, this black tip shark comes up, and he's just circling us. And I'm like, I always wear a dive knife when I go down there. And it's like one of those Crocodile Dundee knives. It's not like one of those little things. I'm like, man, I'm going to. So as he was circling, he was coming right for us at one point. And I started reaching down to my knife. I was like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna get you, mother!" But he turned away. But it was really cool. I'm excited. I went down there, got to spend time with Susie and stuff. Got to smoke some cigars, and it was real chill. Didn't
y'all go down there? Like, didn't y'all plant some coral and stuff like that in the reef and stuff?
Yes, that's the main reason why we went. We went down there to help repair coral. They do it every year. I'm trying to remember what the nonprofit was. But I don't remember it right now. But maybe I'll post it later. Maybe I won't. But yeah, we went down there, and what we do is, because there's been a lot of coral that's been damaged, and since that latest Hurricane Irma came, it really just destroyed much of the coral. So we went down there with baby coral, and we go down and we plastic zip tie corals to the floor and things, so it grows over the zip tie and everything. So even though it is plastic, and I know the big thing right now is all the plastic in the oceans and everything, not coming from America, by the way, coming from like India and China and all that. But anyways, all the plastic, but the plastic, the coral actually uses the plastic for strength, and it grows over it. So it actually benefits the corals.
It's pretty unique. And, it's kind of cool because I just recently was reading something about coral where sunscreen is actually killing reefs and killing coral off as well. So.
Yeah. In California, they banned. There's like a list now of certain sunscreens that you can actually use, because that's true. They're finding out that the coral is being killed by sunscreen, and also there's a new study out that's saying that the sunscreen actually causes skin cancer. So I mean, there's other studies that say the opposite, but. It's
sunscreen. The sun, is probably being harmed by it as well. So,
yeah, the sun, his feelings are hurt. So, what about you, Robbie? What have you been doing, bud?
Well, I went on to a little vacation up to see some family up in the East Hamptons, and then Sadie and we actually drove down to Lake Placid as I went to an Olympic combine for skeleton and bobsled. It's pretty good. I actually enjoyed it. It was my first time ever trying out for an Olympic combine. Which, believe it or not, actually is pretty competitive, and put up my fair share of points, and we'll see what in a few months what that brings if I get to go to a rookie camp and try to make the Olympic team. Hopefully.
Okay, so when you say a combine for skeleton, what events are there?
Well, there's, it's just like football combines and stuff like that. Besides, we have a 45-meter sprint, we have a broad jump, and we have a shot put. And then when you go back and get selected, that's 500 points right there that you can gain. And then from there, you'll go back to the rookie camp where they'll do weights as far as like bench press, squat, and power clean.
Wow. Yeah, that's cool. So have they told you yet if you've made it to the next round, or is that something that's coming, or
No,
is
they
that
tell
something
you
you
after.
do?
They'll go in. They'll retell you after they have to finish all the combines, which I think there's a total of 8 or 9. And after all the combines, then they put all the names out. I'm not sure how many people they select out of that group, but then they'll put that list of people out, and then everybody will. I think it should be around August 1st that should be the last combine, and then we'll start seeing who gets selected. But I mean, if I make it, I make it. If not, it's back onto the Paralympics, and hopefully this year it gets make that team and figure out how it all goes.
Yeah. So if you don't make it, I mean, tough luck. You have to go back to the Paralympics for you. That's something a lot of people don't understand about Robbie is he's good at everything he does. It's not like he specializes in, water polo. He's good at whatever he competes in. He's not just good. He's great in it. And there's so few of us like that, right, Robbie?
There are so few, but Brett, I mean, you're a teammate of mine that, excels in some things.
No, don't.
So I want to put you out there that I believe that you're a great athlete besides everything at running.
Man, I used to fly back in the day. Before I got hurt, I was a runner. I know watching me now, it's horrible. And trust me, after I run, I go to my bathroom, look myself in the mirror and say, why? Why? But, okay. Well,
so we have a special guest in the house today.
Yes, a special guest.
She's very special to me and to you, actually, because we are great friends. So it's kind of works its way in there.
Yes.
Who's done some amazing things over this, last month, I believe, that is changing the world.
Really is. No, it's very important. Her name is, and those of you that have seen Robbie's camera, that's Sadie Strong. I don't know if you want me to say your whole Facebook name, Sadie Elsie Strong.
Elsie.
Wait, which it is? Elise, tomato. I actually had to look and make sure. And here's one of Sadie's pictures. I posted up on Facebook, and she's actually one of the representatives / models for the AERIE fashion line for American Eagle, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's pretty incredible.
It's still like unreal. It's like a pinch me moment.
Yeah. So tell me, like, when did it was first, the pictures and the whole, the fashion thing. I know it was first released in 2014, but your pictures and your part this year's, when did it come out into the stores? And
so actually I'll just go from the beginning. So it was about a couple months ago. It was right before summer school started, because I remember I follow them online. I was always used to be like an American Eagle fan. That's like what I wore in high school and stuff like that. And I follow this woman, and her name's Ishka Lawrence, and she's like one of their main body image campaign models. And on Instagram, it had been a post, and it said, hey, we want you to model for our next AERIE bra campaign. And I was like, oh, that'd be really cool. And then it said you had to like submit a video, and I told Robbie about it. And Robbie was like, oh, you should totally do it. And then, it kept coming. And then finally it was the deadline to submit your video, and you had to do it by midnight of whatever day that was. And so he took Ezra and was like, please just go do it. So it was funny because he watched him for an hour. And I was upstairs, like, re-recording videos.
2 hours?
It was 2 hours.
Yes. I don't know. I just felt like I wanted it to be perfect.
So you kept recording over and over and over again because
So what gets even funnier about that is that I finally recorded it. I was like, oh, this is perfect. I write my name in, write my address, where I'm from, and then it says submit your video. And then right over top where it says to submit your video, it said, videos cannot be over 30 seconds long.
No.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. No way.
Yeah. And so I was like, My dreams were crushed. And,
how long was your video that you?
I don't know, like a minute and a half.
That's a lot of time.
It was. I don't know. I put too much work into that.
2 hours to get a minute and a half. And then when you feel so accomplished, so ready, you go to click the button and say, 30 seconds only.
Yeah. So then I was like, all right, well, and then I was like, slightly irritated with myself. So I was like, screw it. I'm going to go to the bathroom, put my phone up and was like, I'm Sadie Strong. This is who I am. I think this would be really cool. Hope you pick me. Like that. I feel like it was 30 seconds and that's what I could get in.
It's funny because when it comes to the fashion line, when it comes to like fashion and stuff, they really don't care about your personality really. So it's surprising to me that they wanted an actual video of you, because when I was back in Miami, when I was 18, 19 years old, I did some modeling and stuff, and I would go to these casting calls, and I'd go in there and I'd give them my book, and there's like a whole like table of men, and they look at the book and then they close it and they say thank you, and that was it. I was like, wait, don't you want to talk to me? Don't you want to do something? And they didn't care about what I had to say. They just, and so it's really, I just think that's really cool that American Eagle decided to, they wanted a video so they could tell your personality. And I know you, Sadie, your personality comes out like big time. It comes out in your face when you're talking and stuff.
It saves me.
Yeah. So, wow, that's really cool. So you did a
so
flyby?
Yes. And they definitely care about the whole personality. So that's really cool. Mm-hmm. And actually it ended up turning out. So they said on the video, like when you hit submit, it said, okay, all winners will be chosen by, say the date was April 20th. So I knew that in the back of my mind, April 20th, if I don't hear anything by April 20th, just don't ever say anything about it and let it go. And don't tell anyone you ever tried. And so April 20th came and went. So I was like, oh, that stinks.
Yeah.
And we went to go sign up Robbie for college. And, he was trying to talk to the lady and it was more than he thought it was going to be. So it was like a big deal. Mm-hmm. And so I'm sitting there with Ezra and I got an email from AERIE and I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, oh, here it is. Here's my not approval letter. Here's your thanks for trying, whatever. So I started reading it and it was like, you may want to sit down. And I was like, sit down? What am I going to sit down for? And then I was like, kept reading it and it's like, oh my gosh, yes, we picked you. We're so excited to have you come to our campaign, blah, blah, blah. And I like jumped around like a psycho and was like, I'm going to be a model for AERIE.
Wow. That's so cool. So rate that feeling as far as your life experiences. How cool was that for you?
It was really up there. Like I think it was even more up there because I was totally not expecting it. Mm-hmm. And it was just like one of those, oh my God, it really happened. I got picked. Like it's surreal.
Wow.
I think a lot, like it's so odd because she's still in the surreal moment. Like,
right.
Yeah. Every time, like now that a picture comes out on the line, she's like, you gotta look at this. Oh my gosh. And yesterday we actually went to a few AERIE stores because we were in the outlet mall, and you see her images and she's so excited and she wants to take pictures with them, and people are all looking at us crazy because we're taking pictures of this little billboard. All it's showing is panties, I guess, at the moment, and they're all looking at us like, why are they taking pictures of that? And
we're a bunch of weirdos.
Like, oh, that's her on the thing.
And then I'm like, oh my God, I know her and I met her and she's so cool. These girls were so awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like that's a 5-year-old in a candy store.
Well, I love it. I'm happy she's living it up. Like, it's not every day that you get big moments to happen in your life where they're so exciting that who knows what tomorrow is going to bring, but for that moment you get to enjoy it and live it up. Yeah.
And it's like, what an accomplishment. Like, you are a professional model. That's what you are. You're a professional. If you've gotten paid from a major clothing line or a retail store, which is the same thing, you can actually say you are a professional model.
Well, maybe I'll slap it on my resume.
I would get a tattoo of it on your shoulder.
And I think what's so amazing about it is, they're taking people that are not the stereotype people. They're taking people that are out of the ordinary, that have, acne or, come from have a background and, that a disability, those kind of things. And they're showing the forefront, which, you know, it's kind of been the big thing right now in the forefront, that, hey, you know what, just because this is happening, or this has happened to you, or, you know, that you fight acne every day in your life, it's not something to basically go hide behind a tree for, you know.
But it's actually a really big deal, because no other clothing company, especially with their kind of platform, has ever done anything like this. It's the first time. They have the most like diversity. They're using women who have crutches, in a wheelchair, you know, people who have burns or have had open heart surgery. Everyone had a story. Like, it's,
Wow.
even though it wasn't intentional, and everybody has a story, but it's just so crazy that it's gotten so much attention. So it's good that, like, finally something's in the news and in the media that's positive, and trying to create positive, not just for the people in the campaign, but for everyone out there. Like, the big deal was that, you know, my pictures, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not the typical model body at all. I'm not. Like, I've got curves and for days, and
She's
it's
not
not
6'4".
I'm not 6 foot. I'm 5'2".
Well, you're what an everyday person looks like. You're not a Victoria's Secret model.
No.
Who
and
looks like that? Nobody looks like that.
Giselle.
Yes.
But what's awesome is that now people are going to, like, it's, you know, wherever it's going to be, whether it's, you know, TV or in the stores or in their magazines or online, there's going to be someone at home being like, oh my gosh, I resonate with that person. That's me on TV. Like, there I am. You know, it's just an awesome feeling that, like, I can give that to somebody.
It's really not just, it's not just a very honorable thing that American Eagle's doing. It's not just that.
AERIE.
I'm sorry, AERIE. I'm sorry, AERIE. It's not what AERIE's doing. It's not that it's honorable, which it is. It's so honorable what they're doing, and it's a great idea. But it's also business smart. That's good. That's good idea, because just like you said, this girl is going to be sitting at home looking through a magazine and see you and be like, wow, you know, she looks like me, or, you know, this person, wow, she has crutches just like me. And
and it's happening.
It's really incredible. It's such a good thing. So out of all the stories there, is there, you don't name names or anything, but is there anyone you met there that you were really like, wow, like, you're pretty awesome?
So how they did it, actually, it was not everybody went at the same time. Okay. So it was like, I think over a course of like 2 or 3 weeks, they would have like 5 or 6 girls. They flew them in at a time. So I know the original amount was going to be 20. And I think they actually ended up picking like, you know, 30, 40 people, which is crazy, because over 2,000 people submitted videos, which makes it even more crazy, because my video, I thought, was like nothing special. So it's just crazy. It's so weird. It's so like surreal. But
well, don't sell yourself short, Sadie.
I'm not.
I've told Robbie this before. You are extremely, your face just lights up. You know, you're a very cute girl. Yeah. See,
she's a lightning bug in the woods. You know.
So don't sell yourself short, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So they flew us out. We stayed at this. They put us in this awesome hotel, and like, it just, everything was too much. Like, it was way past my expectations. And the women I met there were awesome. And it was funny, because when I didn't really know how old anybody was. And actually, a girl was there, and she actually ended up bringing her mom, because her mom was like, you know, she was only 18. So her mom came with her, because, you know, oh, you're modeling for, I'm sorry, a lingerie thing? Like, I'm your mom. I'm coming with you, you know? And they put her mom in the campaign.
No way.
They let her mom model the stuff. Yes. And it was awesome. And they got to take pictures together. They put her in the campaign. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, that's so awesome. That's
pretty great.
So when I was there, that was like the coolest thing that happened.
Wow.
I think the cool thing is they're taking people, like I said earlier, out of their ordinary, and saying, hey, it's okay to be diverse. You know, it's okay. It's not, you ain't got to go hide. Sadie, what's areas like what they're trying to promote?
Their main is so it's 3 things. They have girl power, body positivity, and no retouching. So it's all about like having women feel like they're in control of themselves. And it's one of their things is like their bras where don't change you, change your bra. Because, you know, you go to Victoria's Secret and they're like, you have, or like anybody else, anyone really that sells bras, you're trying to fit their model of how you're supposed to be looking. Right. But at AERIE, they're making the bra for you. So it's like for you to feel comfortable, not for somebody else. So that's really awesome. And, you know, they're not retouching any photos. So all those pictures that you see of everybody, models and all the new people that are on there also, not a single one of them has been retouched. No photoshopping, no anything. It's completely real.
Wow.
Very real.
And that's the big thing, as you see with the Miss America pageant and stuff like that, getting rid of the swimsuit thing and trying to bring in the diversity of, well, not every single person is a slim person. Not every single person is 6 foot tall. And we're going to see that start, I think, coming into big scene that, hey, we have women that are 5'2" and, have beautiful bodies. And we have people that have disabilities with beautiful bodies. And, just because this person has acne doesn't mean that they don't have a beautiful personality and body as well, So.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I think that's one of the things that really hurt both little girls and boys as well, is that we look in these movies and these magazines on TV, and we see these, for you and me, Robbie, perfectly chiseled guys, and for you, Sadie, and these incredible looking women, and we're like, man, we need to get like that. But gosh, that's not them. Even they will even tell you that's not how I look in real life because of all the shading and everything. So, wow, AERIE, what an awesome thing they're doing.
Yeah, I believe. I think, didn't you tell me that yesterday, Sadie, that they were the #1 trending?
Yes, on Twitter they blew up. I mean, really, they blew up everything. It was Twitter, Teen Vogue, U.S. What's that? Good Morning America.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, every BuzzFeed, all of that was trending because that's huge. They're literally moving mountains in the whole fashion world. Like, not even just just the world in general, just the whole thing that, inclusion's important, and it doesn't matter your race, your culture, like where you come from, how big you are, what your age is, even nothing.
Well, because
everyone is equal.
Because it's one thing to kind of like virtue signal, saying like virtue signaling. What I mean by that is like saying, yeah, we should all be inclusive, one race, There's another thing to put your money where your mouth is, right? And that's what AERIE's doing. They're putting their money where their mouth is. They're saying, you know what? We don't know if this is going to help our sales or going to hurt our sales, but we're going to do it. And it's a revolutionary act. And that's why it's blowing up because of that.
At the same time, I believe that it also is giving them a chance to broaden their sales with, the diversity of women buying now. Like, before, people would go into Victoria's Secrets and maybe they would buy their lingerie for their husband or whatever, but now they can go actually buy bras and actually say, hey, you know what? I look good wearing this out, from AERIE, and say, hey, you know what? This is it. I don't have to worry about buying this special bra over here to look great. I think I can buy this bra that is amazing, fits me well, and it's reasonably priced that, I can afford it. So.
Right. Yeah. I'm actually pulling up the pictures right now, and this is amazing. These women I'm looking at the touch up parts and how there's no touching up, and they look like they've been touched up. They look beautiful. Like this one right here, lady with the sticks, the arm, I call them sticks, the
crutches.
The crutches.
Yes.
But it's such a cool thing.
The person behind the camera can draw out people's beauty because the people who are beautiful already have it there. So that photographer is actually getting to say, hey, let me show you what, what's beautiful about you.
The photographers there were amazing. Like they were just super positive. Everyone there actually was extremely positive. Like it's when you walked into that building, the girls that were there modeling, the people running it, the stylist, every photographer there, and everyone just working at AERIE was extremely positive. It was like this weird, you walk into like a bubble of hug.
Right.
Like,
wow, that's really cool. Really cool. Yeah, this girl has an ostomy, a colostomy bag.
Yeah.
I had one of those for 6 months. So yeah, so I can definitely relate to this person. She tweeted this picture out and said, this is from @Madeline101, says, seeing this from the AERIE website means so much to me. This model not only is beautiful, but has the same type of disease as me. I love seeing diverse representation.
Yep.
Oh man, another person @LoveCourtXOXO said, American Eagle /AERIE is doing a campaign of models who have various disabilities, medical conditions. I knew I always loved this store for a reason. Wow. So Robbie, I just want to ask you this question. What does it feel like? How do you feel being able to sleep with a model, professional model every day?
Well, that part's amazing. I think, I've been with Sadie for 2 years now.
Yeah.
Okay, you glossed right past the how.
No,
how
no,
you
I'm
feel.
getting there. I'm getting there. It's an amazing. It's amazing. I've been with her for 2 years now. We have a great, beautiful child together. I know the positive person she is and the strength she has. Of course, she's with me, so she has a lot of strength. And her last
Of
name is
course.
Strong. I mean,
That's
so
true.
it does come out
Coincidence?
whenever.
That's not.
It does come out when I see her doing a campaign, and the person that she is being a positive influence to young ladies and young people. And for instance, I have a young daughter, and just to know that this is the person that's going to be raising my daughter at the same time is really reassuring, because I know the person that she is, and it's a perk getting to sleep next to a beautiful person as her. Which I hope she feels the same way about me. But
Well, let's not open up that can.
If not, I know you do, Brett. When we go,
the highlight of my year. So we had people there, various diseases, disabilities, traumas. Do you mind if I ask you about yours, or is it something that's a little bit too personal?
No, that's okay. So the actual campaign had, when it was put out there, they didn't ask for people with disabilities. They didn't ask people that had, something. It's just coincidental that everyone there.
It just happened like that?
Yeah, it wasn't. They didn't say, hello, calling all people with some type of unique difference,
Oh, yeah.
They just put it out there for AERIE people and to sign up and do it. The only reason it actually came up was because I wasn't going to mention any of my stuff or how I got there. I just was super excited to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And my makeup artist, Patty, was like, oh, so like, what's your story? Like, why do you think you got picked? And I was like, I have no idea. I just put my Instagram on there and said I was a veteran. And she's like, oh, that was probably it. And I said, oh, well, I guess honestly, I don't think any other person that was there had been in the military. I think I might've been the only one.
Oh, okay.
And then, actually there's a model there. I had mentioned her name earlier. Her name's Ishgra.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was in the military, I ended up getting suffered from MST, which is military sexual trauma. So that ended up me having a lot of depression, anxiety, like self-loathing. It was a rough time. And actually, one of my counselors at the time had introduced me to an Instagram page of Ishgra, and she was like a body positivity person. Like, she was super positive about her life, about, how everyone is beautiful and you should love yourself. And it was a whole like movement type thing, but just for her. And it was just, I would follow it and be like, oh, well, I resonate with a lot of things that she does or says. And it just helped me a lot to be able to be more comfortable with myself when I wasn't. So she's actually a main model for AERIE. So that's how I really started following it. And then, so I had mentioned that, and the other makeup artist there is actually her best friend, and I got to FaceTime with her. So it's like super meaningful.
Cool.
But yeah, and I just feel really good. Like, I really hope, like, when I first was going through all my problems, I didn't have anybody to talk to. I was by myself, and I was stuck with a bunch of men, and that's where I was. And if I ever would have had like someone who has come out and is like standing up for other women who've gone through the same problem, like anyone who's ever been sexually abused or just abused in general, either military or civilian, that doesn't define who you are. Like any type of PTSD, MST, anything that has happened to you, you can stand up, you speak your truth, and you don't need to be ashamed of anything. Wow. And you're still super powerful. So that's what I'm trying to put out there.
That's great. Gosh, man, I couldn't.
Strong.
The strength that you've really picked yourself up, said, all right, let's do this. And that, I love how you said you don't want that instance to define you. That's not who you are. It's, to me, I tend to think it's what you do after that makes you who you are. And it looks like for you that you're just being such a positive role model, and not just to Robbie and his daughter, and even his son, not even to them, but to to people all around the world now, to little girls all around the world, and even guys. Guys, they suffer from that stuff. Guys, they have traumas. They have PTSD, and they have stuff that you can actually touch them too. I don't think it's exclusive to women. So or
No,
little
it's
girls.
not.
So wow, what an awesome thing to be a part of.
Yes, it's extremely awesome.
The best part is that, you and I are both, we have a disability as well. And, when Sadie states, you don't let it define you. I think that's really what the purpose of everything is. In this life, a lot of times we grow up where we're bullied or we don't get love at home or whatever. And a lot of times that people as kids, we let that define us. And I think that's the biggest thing is, with AERIE and stuff, with the young people growing up today, it's easy to let things destroy you and break you down. But to watch positive people out there and, you said 30 some people got selected, right? To watch these 30 some people that come out and show you, hey, just because we have something that basically defines us in the world, we don't let that define us to the world. So
Wow.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah. So cool. Wow. So is there anything else is there a chance that they call you back and like, hey, listen, we're starting a new, catalog. We'd like you to come back.
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's honestly just the beginning. Like this is not even like the full campaign that's out yet. They just released our photos of us in their bras. Okay. There's gonna be group pictures. There's gonna be, new mottos, things like that. Like it's going to be a lot more than what it is.
And you didn't act like
August.
You didn't. Oh, it comes out in August?
Yes.
All right, let me write that down. It comes out in August. So you didn't act like a diva when you were there, were you? Like, where's my water? Where are my green M&Ms?
No, but I feel like we were treated that way because when we were there, literally they gave us like a tour. They gave us all of our clothes. They fit us. They like made sure everything fit great. They bought us breakfast and it was avocado toast. I have never seen a plate with more fresh avocados in my entire life. It was insane. It was nuts.
Wow.
And they fed us and they did and then they had a table that I didn't even think, honestly, they had other things going on. Like there was another American Eagle shoot going on.
Right.
So I just figured that table was like for the models. But it was funny because they had like a refrigerator for us that said talent and then workers or something like that. And we were like the talent. So that was like, it was just cool. Like I'm not used to that. So
yeah. I will have to say, AERIE put a crutch on me because when they sent Sadie back, she ate some mango there and she loved it so much. It's like we're on the hunt for it now.
Yes.
So if you, AERIE, know what this special mango is, please.
Special mango?
I don't know if it's a special mango or anything. It's a special cut.
Sell not freeze dried, but just dried fruit.
Right.
But it was real natural. Like they cut the mango up. It was in a bag, so obviously it was
diced?
hot. No, sliced, like thin slice, like a real mango slices.
So AERIE, if you have this mango and the name of the brand, please send it, put it in our comments so I can go buy Sadie Strong this mango because she's obsessed with it and I can't find it.
Because all the other ones are always like fake tasting, and this one I was like, oh my god, it's a mango.
Man, that's strange. Now when I go to Publix and Walmart and stuff, I'm always going to go by the section, the mango section or the fruit and vegetable section to see if I can find it. Yeah. Wow, that's really cool. So that's good that you left. You feel like you left like in a good place. So they could call you. They could call you like in 6 months and say, "Hey, we have some more photos and stuff like that." I mean, I don't think why they wouldn't do that with you.
I don't know, but I'd be like, that's the coolest thing ever, and I can drive there. No need to fly me.
I'll drive.
It's not that far.
So I have a question, Sadie. As if somebody was trying to reach out to you or to AERIE, what is a way that they could do that?
Oh, like social medias, like my Instagram.
Yeah, like social medias type stuff.
You could hit me up on Instagram. I have a public account. So my Instagram's easy. It's just Sadie E Strong.
Okay, so we'll put that in our comments too for all the listeners out there.
But yeah,
Sadie E Strong.
Definitely. What's also actually what I want to mention is super cool. What AERIE does is if women, anyone, I'm sure men can do it too if they wanted to. They take a picture of themselves wearing like something from AERIE, like their bathing suits or any other type of clothing. I don't even know if they have to be wearing AERIE. They take a picture of themselves and they hashtag it as AERIE Real, and AERIE will go through them and actually pick people's from the internet and put it onto their website and highlight them too. So they put them everywhere, and it's really cool.
So if anybody's out there and they're listening and, would like to just
be a part of the movement,
go ahead and send in a photo to what?
Instagram. Hashtag it AERIE Real.
AERIE Real.
Yep.
Wow, that's really cool. We'll
put that in our comments too, so that
there's so much I'm writing down right now.
Yes. And it's really cool too, is if you go to an AERIE store and you go to their dressing rooms, I used to go to a dressing room and almost, you try on your clothes and you look in the mirror and you're almost intimidated because either you don't look good or you're like just surprised that you look good whenever it is that you picked out.
Right.
So AERIE, you go in, they have nice dressing rooms and everything, but they have a Post-it note, a bunch of Post-it notes, and you can write on them. And so women go in there and you walk in and you look in the mirror and there's Post-it notes that say, you're beautiful, you're worthy, this was made for you.
Oh, wow.
All of these things. And they're all over in every dressing room in every AERIE store.
And are you allowed, as, just a customer or whatever, allowed to post on that as well?
Yes. They even have blank ones and you can write whatever you want to on there to the positive message to the next girl that comes in.
Wow. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think we actually have an AERIE here in Jacksonville. I'm going to have to go in and not just find your picture, which I'm going to do. I'll take a picture of it and say, hey, look at you. But I also want to just check out the store because it sounds pretty incredible.
Your wife would love it.
She would love it. She would.
Hey, Brett.
Yes.
I want to take this Post-it idea with us when we go on trips, okay? I need you to post things and put them either on my mirror or next to my bed so that I wake up and I'm in a positive mood.
Oh, okay? So I have to write positive things.
Yes.
Oh,
positive things only.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to do the same for you when we travel and doing sports, okay?
We should do different color Post-it notes. One color for me and one color for you so we know. So I don't read one and say, wait, I think I said that to myself. Okay. I don't know if it's from you or not. Well, Sadie, congratulations and see you again. So proud of you. I've known you for what now? 5 years? 5 years?
Yeah.
I've known you for 5 years
That's
now.
A long time.
And it's a long time. And I'm what did Tosh used to say? I'm happy, but I'm not impressed. I'm surprised, but I'm not impressed. What is it?
I'm happy, but I'm not.
I'm happy, but I'm not impressed.
Yes.
What he meant by that and what I mean by it is that it's not, for me, looking at you and knowing you, it's not a long shot that you would get this. I knew that if they saw you, and it's not a surprise to me. I'm like, okay.
Oh, thanks,
that's right.
I would also like to say, Sadie, you are a very influential person. You're amazing and beautiful. I'm happy that you are part of my life and my children's life, and that me and Brett have you as a friend and you as my other half, of course, but that we have you as a friend and I get to see you every day and we get to know you and see the influence that you're making on this world.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, for sure. Score brownie points. But so cool. Yeah. Well, once again, those of you listening, if you want to send in pictures with yourself and wearing bathing suit, preferably be an AERIE swimsuit. That would probably better your chances. But take your picture, post it on Instagram, and hashtag it AERIE Real. That's AERIE REAL.
That is correct.
AERIE Real. And also, if you want to, follow Sadie on Instagram, it's at Sadie Strong.
Yes. And definitely give AERIE a follow, because if they ever do anything like this again and you want to be a part of this, just like I was, definitely follow them. And then possibly, if they ever do this again or anything else they do, they actually do yoga in New York City. They do all these events all the time. And all you got to do is be in the know and you get to go.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great advice. Yeah, go ahead and go follow AERIE as well. Follow Sadie and hashtag AERIE Real for your stuff. So so excited for you, Sadie. Congratulations. I know this is just the beginning of your journey. And what you're capable of is, the sky's not even the limit. There's further than that. And Robbie, you're just Robbie.
I'm just Robbie. Thanks a lot for joining our podcast today, Sadie.
Thanks for having me, guys. Very positive podcast.
We'll be talking with you again soon. So.
I'm sure so.
Oh yeah, you'll be a regular. We'll have you on a few times.
Right.
I know you have opinions.
I do. I'm very strong in my opinion.
Thank you so much. All right, Brett. So what do we have for strange news?
Strange news. Yes, we have some pretty strange news, which is kind of more like ironic news. It's about Starbucks. You know, our good friend Starbucks. I am an addict. I love my Starbucks, and not just because the coffee's good. Honestly, I don't really think the coffee's that great, but I know that they're going to make it the same way every time, no matter what state I'm in. So that's one of the reasons why I love Starbucks, and it makes it really convenient. But Starbucks is really doing a lot of virtue signaling lately. There was that controversy where there's two black men in their store that wouldn't leave, and they called the cops on them because they wouldn't order anything, or whatever happened there. We didn't see any video evidence where there's cameras all over the place. And then they had to do sensitivity training. They had shut down, I guess it was May 14th and May 16th. They did a sensitivity training day. And now they're on to something new right now. What they're doing now is they are banning plastic straws, because that's the most important thing in the world right now to them, is
banning plastic straws.
Plastic straws they are banning.
So what's their plan? To go with paper straws, or? Well,
what they're doing, I don't really know, but I know they're changing the cups. And this is the problem they're running into. And here's the headline here: Starbucks bans plastic straws, winds up using more plastic. So here they are, patting themselves on the back because they're banning plastic straws. Look at us, we're so awesome, we're so in the know, we're banning plastic straws. And look, we have this new cup we're going to use because we're banning plastic straws. But guess what? The cups are made of plastic. So they are using more plastic. Let me just read a little bit of this article. This is from Hit and Run. And it says 2018 will forever be remembered as the year that hating plastic straws went mainstream. Once the lonely cause of the environmental cranks, now everyone wants to eliminate these suckers from daily life. In July, Seattle imposed America's first ban on plastic straws. Vancouver, British Columbia passed a similar ban a few months earlier. The active attempts to prohibit straws in New York City, Washington, D.C., Portland, Oregon, San Fran, A-list celebrities from Calvin Harris to Tom Brady. What? What's Tom Brady doing? Anyways, it goes on to say that Starbucks thinks they're awesome, but they are actually going to use more plastic.
So Brett, I have a question. If you had to get rid of plastic straws, wouldn't you just drink out of the cup?
I would say yes.
That would probably save.
That's my initial answer, and then after thinking about it for a few more minutes, I would continue to say yes. That's what I would do.
But a great option would be not to get more plastic cups.
Yeah,
right?
that seems like
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's counterproductive at the least. I got a great idea. How about people take personal responsibility and recycle their straws, or throw away their straws and not throw them in the ocean or throw them on the ground?
So I have a question with the recycling thing. I'm always kind of wondering on this. With all the recycling that we do, are we really recycling everything that goes into there? I just don't see it happening that way. So
there are no studies that suggest that that recycling is doing anything at all or making an impact at all in this world. A lot of times, most stuff that we throw away to be recycled, put in a recycling bin, cannot be recycled. So the Starbucks coffee cups, the hot coffee cups, they cannot be recycled because they have a special chemical in there that prohibits the liquid to leak, but you can't recycle that. So the Starbucks cups, the hot drink cups, can't be recycled. Now their plastic cups can, and so can their plastic straws.
But aren't they're made from recycled material but can't be recycled because they put this chemical in there, right?
That's right.
Well, that's Coincidental, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, some people may sit here and ask themselves, I wonder if Brett's going to stop drinking coffee at Starbucks now because of all this virtual signaling.
So, Brett, I have a question.
Yes.
Are you going to stop drinking coffee at Starbucks due to this virtual signaling?
Absolutely not. I will not stop drinking Starbucks. I don't care about all of it. Just like, just like the whole, the racist stuff that they were accused of. I don't care. Just like with Chick-fil-A and their people saying how they hated gays. I don't care. I like the chicken sandwich.
Papa John's. I like Papa John's pizza.
Papa John's. I like Papa John's.
Yeah.
Actually, we're eating pizza tonight and we're not.
Just because one person says something or a business decides to change something, I don't think that I'm not a bandwagon jumper, so I don't jump on the bandwagon because it seems like the cool thing to do.
Right.
I'm one of those people. If I like it, I do it. I like mocha McFrappes. I love them. And I've tried the Starbucks mocha McFrappe or mocha frappe. Sorry, mocha frappe.
Not the McFrappe.
And I like it, but the McFrappe to me just has better flavor, and I enjoy it. So no, I'm not going to go out of my way to spend $8 or $5, whatever it is, when I can go spend $3 something and get me one from McDonald's and like it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, that's a great point. And that whole remember Chipotle with they got the E. coli whole thing with the lettuce and stuff like that. Guess what I did the next day? I ate at Chipotle because I don't care.
I understand. I would have done the same thing. In fact, I was hoping I'd get it. So,
There's always those lawsuits.
I got to go to the restroom anyway, so I might as well enjoy it.
Yeah, I gotta enjoy it. And that way, it leaves faster if you get the So, that's what I hear.
So, yeah, I do think that's very strange that they're trying to substitute more plastic with plastic. So,
yeah, that is to me, that's strange news.
It's very strange
and quite idiotic news. So, anyways, well, this was awesome.
This is awesome, Brad. I'm happy that we got together after these 2 weeks.
I know. It feels like forever. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too.
Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Arm and a Leg and Other Opinions We Like to Give podcast. Thank you. There's so many people. They applaud for us. Thank you, Mom. Yeah, go ahead and check us out on SoundCloud. You get on there, put in Arm and a Leg podcast, and you will get our podcast account. Go ahead and subscribe to that, and you can listen over and over. And if you want to not just hear our beautiful voices, but see our beautiful faces, we are on YouTube. You go to Arm and a Leg and Other Opinions We Like to Give podcast. Click subscribe, and that little bell that's on the side there, click that too, so you get a notification every time we post one of these awesome podcasts.
Awesome. You can also like our Facebook page and leave us 1 or 2 comments about today's show. We'll also be posting the hashtag so that you people can go out and see and make sure that you like Sadie Strong's Instagram and AERIE as well. Also leave a comment about today's show, and the best comment will be read the following week if we get a comment on there that we really want to kind of pursue.
Love it. All right. Well, see you guys. So thank you guys so much, and see you guys later. We are
out of here.